If your mama worked the graveyard shift, you too would be raised on Mickey D's. I learned my numbers ordering ones, twos, and threes. I'm from where there are more Popeyes than there are Papas. I'm more likely to find a 45 millimeter than fresh fruit in a mill. That's just how it goes for us bad apples, us sour grapes, us babies of convenience and grease, us cactus kids, being forced to be raised in this country's federally recognized food deserts. I guess the government don't think colors eat kale, just pork fat and collard greens. Just pig's foot and chitterlings. I mean, we've always made sustenance out of the things Master did not want. Gave us the slop and the scrap. Master said that's just how the cookie crumbles, so we ate the crumbs. And the mantra is the same then as it is now. That there's no whole foods for the ones born 3/5. No fresh produce for the strange fruits Joe used to trade.
Great American rap resurrect. Rest in peace, young F. Pouring live on the set. Pouring live on the set.
I made a promise in 2015 to myself after overhearing two gentlemen on a train have a conversation about African Americans. So I am African American, right? Which means that my history is connected into that of America's peculiar institution, of America's slavery. I was living in this very cultural place that is New York City, where everyone's Jamaican or Haitian or Trinidadian or, you know, from some portion of the continent of Africa. And I always heard the same critique from everyone that I heard from these two gentlemen on the train one day. And they were having a private conversation and saying, the reason why African Americans are so uncouth, the reason why they haven't accomplished anything, the reason why they are so, I guess, underrepresented is because they have no culture. That your culture provides you with stability, that your culture provides you with direction, right? Even when there is none. It's your culture that you lean upon when you're in a peculiar and weird space as a people. And we didn't have one. It was stripped from us, and that's why. I didn't believe that. I still don't believe that. I'll never believe that. I believe that we do have a culture, that although our traditional African culture was stripped from us, that we are such an intuitive people that we made one on the fly and helped create. There is nothing that is American that isn't inherently African American, right? I believe we are the full breeders and creator of culture here. And so I vowed from that moment to spend the rest of my career and the rest of my life proving that and proving what African American culture was. And so anyone who knows any of my poems, if you know Ebonics, that's language. If you know grits, that's food. If you know Bobby, that's dance. Like this was, you know, I wasn't just writing poems. I came in intentionally with trying to fill all the cultural aspects and give people answers on where they can point to and say, wow, African Americans did do that, to sort of kind of combat what I was tired of being told my whole life. When I was in 4th grade is when I went to go see, 3rd or 4th grade, is when I went to go see 8 Mile. I could not rap at all. I could not rap at all, Hongi. Like they would have like, rap battles was really big at that point. And like freestyle battles, and I would just watch because I didn't have it. But when I went to go see 8 Mile, it clicked. I came home and was ready. Now, mind you, I was an Eminem fan. So that means I came home and wrote a bar for everybody in class, dog. Like everybody got a bar. From like the nerdy kid to my best friend, just in case they tried me, you know what I mean? Brian, why you always lying? Caught you in the back of the class, you was crying. You know, I was ready, bro. I was ready. And a teacher of mine found it, like found the raps. Like, and she said to me, she said, Steven, be careful what you choose to write about, because that's what you choose to immortalize, right? Careful what you choose to write about, because that's what you choose to have live forever. So yeah, I never gave Donald Trump a poem because I don't want Donald Trump and the white supremacy he spews to live forever. No, I've never wrote a poem called Dear Whiteness because I don't want that to live forever. I refuse to immortalize the evilness, right? Now, I will speak of them indirectly in the space, in the aura, but like the poem is about life, or the poem is about my people, or the poem is about, you know, whatever. But those were my two conscious thoughts that I made that was necessary. And I think that's what makes me different in this art. I think that is what has defined my path, and some would argue has even defined why my path comes to a certain point and may never extend. I don't feed into the blank, right? But two solid choices of choosing only to write about what I want to see immortalized, or what I want to see live, or the stories I want to see live forever. And the black guy don't die in this movie. Not this time, not this poem, not this 3 minutes. Maybe the 3 minutes before, maybe the 3 minutes after. But we're gonna indulge in the richness of our culture, and we're gonna live it.
First off, say peace to Pine Ridge. Shame at all the damage that the white man wine did. Ghost dance, tears, 5 million beers a year, and all that other crime did. More peace to the
I am Stephen Willis, and I am an artist.
Everything's hostile. Suicide bombers and prosperity gospels. Emaciated models with cocaine and blood pouring out their nostrils. They got to, just to stay awake on the catwalk of life where everybody watch you. Straight hair, high heels, and a handbag. Crucifixes, racism, and a land grab. Katrina, FEMA trailers, human body sandbags.